Good afternoon. My name is Christopher Chung. I'm the city manager for the city of West Covina. I have the pleasure and honor today to welcome you to the premier Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram grand opening and ribbon cutting. At this point in time, I'd like to introduce Larry West, who is the operator and also part owner of the dealership.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on what is a very joyous occasion for everyone in our team here. There's a lot of people here. The first shout out that I want to give is to the team here at Premier West Covina Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. A round of applause for a great group of people that has helped resurrect this facility from weeds. It's a vibrant testimony to what you can do when you put hearts and minds together. And probably the biggest thing that we have to celebrate is the people inside this building. So on behalf of Troy, Tracy, Larry, Nicole, we want to say thank you to our entire team for the great job you've done getting us to this point where we can cut a ribbon and say welcome to West Covina.
On behalf of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we are absolutely ecstatic to have such a great partnership with the Premier Auto Group. Larry, you've done a fantastic job turning this place around. I know we've been out of this market for a long time. Absolutely, again, ecstatic to be back in this community, serving the customers of the past, present, and the future.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming out. It's about 100 degrees out. And so believe me, we appreciate it. And my fellow councilmember Mike Spence says, you guys may not know it, but most of you, before you leave here, we expect you to buy some cars.
Without further ado, the President and CEO of the company, Troy Duhan.
You know, I have done this many times, and so I've learned that it's really not about me, it's about them. But I got to be honest, out of the 20-something times I've done this, I've never had this much support. Wow, brother, I am impressed. I mean, I got to tell you, I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am a true Cajun. And people say, how in the world did you end up in California? I said, well, let me tell you how I ended up in California. Everybody remember Hurricane Katrina? Okay. I was the poster child. I had 5 dealerships at the time. I was 39 years old, and everything I had went underwater. And I remember evacuating to my parents' house, and I remember seeing the first scenes of the dealership when the levees broke, and I started crying like a baby. I mean, flat out crying, like fear gripped me, because everything I'd ever worked for, and my wife will tell you that I'm a high D personality, I'm really focused. And I'm crying, and my daddy, who was alive at the time, he, like any father would do with a child, when you see your child hurting, you're gonna go and make him feel okay. So my daddy grabs me and he picks me up, and he had those eyes of security, which when you're feeling pain or fear, you wanna see. And he looks at me and he says, son, that brick and mortar comes and goes, and those manufacturers you represent, they come and go. But you go out there and you take care of those employees you got, and they'll take you places you never dreamed of. And I'm gonna tell you something. At that point in my life, I made a decision that it wasn't gonna be about me, it was gonna be about we. And I was gonna go out and make dreams come true. And that's why you see me sit on the side, because this is about Larry, this is about Vincent, this is about the guys. We have 22 stores nationwide, and I've learned that the more of them and the less of me, and the more I do for the employees and the more I do for the community, the more the good Lord's going to bless me. We are very community driven. Our foundation is, I went ahead and had brochures put out. Our foundation this year will probably give out more than $1 million. I want to leave a legacy that's not about, you know, my dad always said, son, no one's going to remember how many cars you sold in your career, but the good Lord's watching every time you feed his people. And that's what we do. So you're going to see Larry do a lot. And you're going to see Larry give back. And you're going to see our employees give back. And you're going to see us at outreaches. And you're going to see us doing things that are just special to hurting people, to help them. I just, you know, I'm amazed today. I'm really humbled, to be honest with you, because I've done this and I've never seen this type of support. West Covina is a very, very good part of the town. We believe in giving back. And thank y'all again. Thank y'all so much for the support. Again, this is so overwhelming. It really is, from the bottom of my heart. And Larry will do a good job, I promise you. Chrysler will support us, and you will see us in the community. So thank you so much, and God bless all of you. I really appreciate it. Well, first of all, Chrysler, in my opinion, is on fire. Jeep is on fire. Truck was Truck of the Year two years in a row. And you're starting to see some of that cutting edge design, which made Chrysler famous in the 70s. Go back to the Challengers and the Chargers. And the millennials, the young kids, they're loving the Wranglers. They're loving the Grand Cherokee. So for me, it was Chrysler first. Second, when you do your research on West Covina, it's amazing. The people are very loyal. They're grassroots. They're the working class. And believe it or not, it's growing by leaps and bounds. So when you take a factory that's on a roll and you take a community that supports it, it was an easy decision.
You take a community that supports it. I'll go on record saying that the dealership that preceded you years ago perhaps did not give back. Perhaps was just here to lead.
That's what I was told.
What do you intend to do? How do you intend to
You know, our foundation, we accrue $25 for every car sold. And then we allow the partner, in this case Larry West, and the employee to determine what community outreach do they want to partner in. Where is the biggest need? And some of the other organizations we work with is Second Harvesters, Wounded Warriors, Children's Hospital, New Orleans Mission, Francis Chan in the Tenderloin area, a lot of organizations. Locally, we're going to work with the LA Dream Center, and there's some other organizations right here that need help. So we go into the community, try to find out what the need is, and then as a company, we don't just write a check, we go and support. So I give my employees an extra day off of vacation on that, what we call Giving Hope Outreach Day. So they don't just, they go because they want to go, they're also getting paid to go, but the cool thing is we do it as an organization, as a group.
What would you say to a viewer that says, time out, you're telling me you're a car dealer and you're going to help the community out. Why should I buy into it?
You know, because that's what I knew growing up. When my dad was in the business, I remember as a child going to the Rotary Club and going to the Little League baseball games and going to the mall and have a car out there and give back. I remember going under the bridge and feed kids and homeless people. I remember that. And going through Katrina like I did, it made me realize that that's where we got to get back to. That it isn't all about profit. If there's no purpose for the profit, then what happens is people just work for a paycheck. I want to give people a reason to show up to work that's more than just a paycheck. They believe in what we're doing. Yes, you have to sell cars. But let's give some of the money back to the community to where it's mostly needed. And then the community embraces us. My employees get very loyal to the community. And all of a sudden there's a good private partnership, public partnership that lasts over time. Because at the end of the day, I'll be dead long gone. It'll still be a dealership. And my prayer is that the next generation guy continues it going, continues it, and a legacy of tradition is established.
I was going to say, I kind of asked you my last and final question. Short-term goals, long-term goals for this year?
You know, short-term goal is to create the brand as a community brand that people understand. We have Dodge trucks, so you got to do some marketing. Second thing is to determine from an outreach perspective, where is the immediate need? Where can we as an organization give something back? And we're going to do it, you know, and don't get me wrong, we're not going to do things that are so obvious. I tell my guys, don't be afraid to get your fingernails dirty. I mean, it's easy to go do something at Children's Hospital. But what about the homeless community? What about the people that are on addictions? You know, what about the girls that are in LA Dream Center because they're avoiding, you know, situations that they don't want to be in? Let's look at things where the biggest need is, and let's support that need. And at the end of the day, the community will support us.
Just one last question. We probably want you just to talk freely, Troy, to just, you know, your potential customers and why they should come to Premier Chrysler.
Okay. What makes Premier different is the fact that we're privately held, which means you can get somebody on the phone.
you can find Larry West. You don't have to wait for someone to go through 3 different channels to get a decision. We empower our people to make decisions on the spot. We're family. We're going to do community outreach. And the other thing that we do, we work a lot with our Premier Plan on credit people that have credit situations. So a lot of our success nationwide has been our Premier Plan, where we take people that have been in tough credit situations and we give them a way to reestablish their credit.
Hi, I'm Tracy Duhon. I am Troy Duhon's wife, and I first want to say thank you for everyone here in West Covina. I do have to say I thank the good Lord I give him glory for everything that's going on here. And I want to say also Larry West and his precious wife Nicole that I got to spend a little time with last night. One of the things that I saw here, I want to reiterate what I heard my husband say today, is in all the openings of the different dealerships and the ribbon cuttings that we've done, to see the support. I know it touched my husband, it humbled my husband as well as myself, to see the support of each and every person. I said earlier to someone that each one of us make a difference. Each one of us are a piece of a puzzle to a very, very big picture, and each one of us matter. And so I am very grateful to be here. I am very excited about everything that's taken place, and I look forward. I look forward to the great stories, the great testimonies, and I also look forward to, in this automobile industry, seeing things change, seeing a new name for the car industry, for the reputation, for the things that people have known the car industry to be. Things are changing, one step at a time, but they're changing for good, going back into the communities. People matter. The single mama matters with her children. The elderly matter. They matter so much. The young couple matter. The young child, the young teenager trying to get off the ground and get on their feet and get started, a fresh start or a new start. All of them matter. Everyone matters. And the things that are going on, the Premier Plan, the things that I hear going on are so exciting that everyone matters and everyone has hope for getting a car and for doing good in life, for doing great in life. Being in the automobile business is just it's a vehicle. It really is a vehicle. It's a means to an end. It is what fuels the possibility, first of all, of being able to make a difference or being able to go back into the communities. But when you live any amount of time, you can be in your 20s, you can be in your 30s, or your 40s. And when you see life is tough and we all go through difficult times. And when you realize that, my 17-year-old son said to me recently, to my 14-year-old daughter, Mom, she's going to get through that phase of attitude, because when you realize life isn't all about you, and at his age of 17, and you realize it is about someone else, it's others focused, it's about, instead of the selfies, it's about the otherlies, it's about being for someone else. And the whole principle of Troy and Tracy and what we stand on is, first, God has called us. Biblical principle is He has called us to help another, love another, reach out to each of the ones that I just spoke of, Everyone needs a helping hand, no matter how young or how old. And so it's really a biblical principle that we have stood on, and from there, we just begin to do what He's called us to do.
Final question, what type of experience do you want Premier to get a customer, any customer, any service or brand new car? What type of experience are you hoping they have?
We hope they have an experience that they have never seen before, that they come in, that they are serviced the best possible that they can be in every way, from the moment they come in to leaving, to getting their car, and then be able to not only go and tell someone else, but to be an advocate themselves, and then even they are impacted, that they go in the community. Not that they're just that they don't work for the company, that they're buying a car, but they go back into the community and they begin to make a difference. That would be incredible.
Hi, I'm Larry West, General Manager of Premier Auto Group here in West Covina. You're receiving this message today because your vehicle may have a warranty recall. What I'd like you to do is pick up the phone and call the 800 number at the bottom of the screen so that our operators can give you the most recent update on what the current status of your vehicle is. Right now, your vehicle is under a warranty recall please call the 800 number that you see for the most current information that we have. Thank you. Hi, I'm Larry West, General Manager of Premier Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of West Covina, and I want to say thank you to everybody for welcoming us to West Covina and the surrounding communities. The Premier way of doing business is an easy way of doing business. Transparent, easy, no gimmicks, no hassles. It'll take you longer to drive here and drive home than it will to do the deal. I'm Larry West, and I look forward to earning your business. Troy brings a relationship to the store and to all the partners that allows us to be actively involved in the community. The big difference we have is our Giving Hope message. Our mandate is profit for a purpose, and what that means is we're here to sell cars, yes, new and used, service and parts, but our real goal is community outreach. All of the things that we do are driven to provide community outreach and provide support for those that are in need, giving them, in essence, a hand up.
Brand new dealership, this place has been active for a couple of years. What can a customer expect when they're in the black car? What can they expect? What type of service can they expect? What type of experience can they expect when they come down this way?
That's a great question. The type of service that you can expect at Premier is an easy way of doing business. And what I mean by that is it's totally transparent. All the best prices are online every single day. And what the consumer gets is no gimmicks, no tricks, no hassles. When you walk into a Premier store, the Premier way of doing business is that within 1/2 hour, you'll have all the information on the financial consideration of your car, your trade, and the monthly payments. You'll love the way we do business. Actually, our credit challenge program is wonderful. We have the Premier plan, and the Premier plan allows people with low credit scores and special circumstances 100% opportunity for approval. We will allow the consumer to leave here in a car, and within 6 months of improving their credit, paying their payments on time, they'll be able to trade that vehicle in and upgrade to an even better car.
My name is Robert Monroe, M-O-N-R-O-E. Fixed Operations Director. Yep. I'm in charge of everything non-sales related here at the dealership. Parts, service, pre-delivery, used car reconditioning. Yep.
Give us a little bit of history on yourself in the car industry. How many years?
Well, this will be my 30th year in the car business here. All of it in the service department and parts department. So I have extensive knowledge of the parts and service departments in the automobile. All of them at a dealership. So I've always worked at a dealership, so I'm completely comfortable and understand the dealership environment. Well, first, I like to call it the Premier difference, is what we actually offer our customers, and that's a mantra that we use with our employees. The difference is first we're going to appreciate the customer and the business that he provides us. We don't take it for granted at all. We know the customers have a lot of choices out there where they can get their vehicle serviced. And we always want to respect the customer's time when they come in, because they got a lot better things to do with their lives than bring their car in for service. A lot of times it's unexpected too. It's not just your normal maintenance that needs to be done. So the appreciation for the customer, knowing that they have a lot of choices and they do choose us, we definitely want to earn their business, earn their loyalty, and earn their trust. That's just a recipe for success right there.
Sometimes
Absolutely. We have an extensive hiring process here. It's not just one person that hires somebody. They go through multiple interviews with different departments that they might catch something that we didn't see in our initial analysis. Just because somebody's got a lot of years in the business doesn't mean he's a good fit for us. We've got several employees that have never been in the business before. We really feel that if we can get them at a ground level, if we hire somebody that has the right attitude, shares the same values that we share them, we can teach them the nuts and bolts of the business. That's not a problem. But I can't teach somebody to have the same values that I have, in my service department. And we know that, a lot of service departments get a bad name out there in the community, and we certainly are not going to be one, and that is going to differentiate us from everybody else in the community.